So Matthew, welcome, and
Thanks.
good to see you again. It's been too long. It's always too long between races when I catch up with you. My usual question, first question, you already know it's coming. Why do you ride?
Oh, I love it. It's as simple as that. You know, like I was out at 6 this morning, sunrise. Oh, it was beautiful. That's why. You know, just watching everyone else going out with the bunches. It's the best.
And you're out with the bunches yourself again now?
Yeah, now I am. Yeah.
Excellent.
You know, not 2 years ago.
Not 2 years ago. Okay. Well, if everyone's wondering what we're talking about 2 years ago to the day, in September 19th, 2017, Matthew was knocked off his bike. The footage is right here. You can't see it yet, Matthew. It's in between my hands here. And if you look at that footage, you'll see Matthew literally gets thrown through the air 2.5 meters above the ground, over the top of the car, and came down hard, and was not a good day, Matthew.
Nah, I still can't actually remember the impact because it was from behind. I remember waking up in the ambulance, and the rest is history. Into the ambulance, Royal Melbourne, day after surgeries, and then a long road to recovery.
You got in touch with me pretty much day two.
Day two, yeah, about then.
I was already trying to get in touch with your missus at that stage. Didn't have your phone number, so I didn't know how to get in touch with you, and you got in touch with us. We done whatever we could as well to help you with everything. Made sure that the media actually took it seriously. That was the hardest thing.
Yeah,
first part.
That was the hard, and they did take it seriously because at the start the police weren't going to do anything to the person who hit me until you guys came in and got involved, and then it turned around real quick. You know, I had the highway patrol on the phone the next day, all because of you guys and the Channel 9 news footage, and it was if it wasn't for that, the guy who hit me would have got away scot-free.
And there's no malice towards the guy.
No, absolutely not. You know, like
it just needed to be put out there that this is not acceptable.
100%. You know, I did nothing wrong. I was in the where I was meant to be. You know, on the left-hand side of the road, about not even a metre off the curb, and he just mowed me down basically. Yeah.
And allegedly he was distracted.
Allegedly.
We still, unfortunately, that's still allegedly because he's never admitted to distraction.
That's correct.
But he didn't see you, even though you were actually in high vis.
Well, I was in normal riding gear, and it was daylight.
Daylight, just like it is right now.
Just like it is now.
Yeah,
but a lot earlier. So even brighter.
And you can see that in the footage that we just played. And that's something that people have to realise. But Channel 9 did come to the party. I'll just play the news report right here.
A driver's been cleared over a horror smash that sent a cyclist flying in Airport West. Father Matt Atherton has awoken from a coma to discover police won't take any action. Crime reporter Alexis Daish has this exclusive report.
Oblivious before copping the full force of a moving car, the driver slams on the brakes and scrambles from his sedan, running to the cyclist sprawled on the road. Matt Atherton says he was riding on the far left side of the lane as he should. Footage reveals two cars drive around him on Fullerton Road before his trip home goes horribly wrong. The impact throws the father of two into the air before he slides across the bitumen.
Got lucky. I dodged a bullet.
Matt suffered a broken shoulder blade. He's had surgery on his knee. And
so that was the news report that we got out
Should be
there,
dead.
and it did. It made a change for the better for Matthew, because Matthew then felt that someone was out there looking after him and prepared to tell a story, and that meant the police had to actually enact on it.
Yeah, and they did. And it was like I didn't get out of hospital until the day before Melbourne Cup that year of 2017, and then
we all celebrated.
Yeah, and then the day after I got out, the highway patrol around my house got my statement. The ball was rolling, court, all that sort of stuff. So it all ended. It didn't start well, but it ended well.
Excellent.
So that's the positive out of a negative.
Now, one thing that we have to say here is that it's really important for closure that something does happen, and people think, oh, it's an accident. Accidents happen. No, they don't happen, and we need to make sure that when something does happen, that for the mental health alone for the rider and for the well-being of everyone else, that something needs to happen. And in this case, the driver did get charged,
Yeah, he did.
fined.
He got charged, yeah, fined, loss of licence.
Loss of licence, and he's had to go back through the licence system again, which is good. It's not harsh, it's not unfair, it's the way it should happen. And we just wish it would happen more often in these cases.
Oh, 100%. Like the day after it happened to me, and the time after, like the amount of times I saw it on the news and seeing it out and about when I'm being out on the bike, it's just too often. It's got to stop, you know.
And we couldn't get the media to pick up the story of your healing. Every time we got something done, something bigger happened, something more impressive happened. But tell us about your healing process.
Oh, it was to be quite honest, I don't know how I did it. So I was hitting the September. I went for my first bike ride out on the road again on the 23rd of December.
Yeah. Two days before Christmas, yeah.
And it wasn't flash, you know, but my good buddy Garth came out with me, and I was scared. Nevertheless, to say like I was actually petrified. Like I burst when I rode out of the driveway at home and around the corner. I burst into tears. It was just like, but that was just the
PTSD.
Yeah, it was just like that elation of like I'm back out on the road again.
Oh,
so no, it was more. It wasn't
elation.
It was like
it was elation. You were loving it.
I was loving it.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't that.
It wasn't PTSD.
You know, no, it was just like that monkey was off the back, and
oh wow,
I'm out on the road again. And
I remember you telling me you cried, and I'm going, oh my God.
It wasn't because I was. It was more. It was the journey of getting out on the road.
That makes me feel so much better, mate.
Like it was. And then I went out with, it was a rapido ride actually I went on, and then I lasted about 20k of it. But you know what? It had to be done.
Yep.
You know, then slowly but surely, you know, back to racing, and then back here at the velodrome, and now I'll never be the way I was. As simple as that. Never. But I won't stop trying to get back to where I was.
Well, mate, the thing is, everyone knows what you've gone through. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people do know what you've gone through, and we respect the fact you're on the road and on the track. The track bike behind us here is the Planet X, the Pro Carbon. Beautiful bike. The Planet X makes a great track bike, don't they?
Bang for the buck for a track bike, and built for speed. You know?
Yeah. How does it feel to be on that in the track?
Oh, there's no better thrill than when you're having around here at 60k an hour plus. Oh, it's the best. Yeah. You know. Now that there's more scary than being on the road sometimes.
Now, I don't think I've actually done a Waiwi ride with a track rider. So tell us about track racing. What about track racing draws you to track racing?
Well, the reason, it's quite simple. The reason I do this is to help my crit racing, and the reason I do crit racing is to help with this, so they both balance out with each other. And you know, it's just it's the traditional side of cycling that's sort of getting lost a little bit, I think, with the in the track world. Like the outdoor velodromes haven't got that vibe anymore, which we're trying to get back here with CV, and the clubs are getting together and getting it happening. You know, Preston, Coburg, Carnegie, Brunswick, all these sorts of guys. So come summertime, get to your local velodrome and have a look.
Yep. And we always say to people, and we even said to someone today, that the most important thing, get on the track first, because that teaches you how to ride road.
Exactly right, because there's got no brakes.
Well, two brakes. Yeah, unfortunately, they're attached to you and not to the bike. So, we always say to people, you get your best skills from the track, then you bring the track across to the road, and you've got your hip and shoulder movements and crit racing.
Yeah. Oh, it's perfect.
People don't understand that. They think that riding a bike requires no human interaction between each other. That's not true at all, is it, Matthew?
No, that's not. No, it's not. You need. Everyone needs to know what they're doing, especially in your bunch races. You've got to have communication. You've got to have faith in the person in front of you, and hope to God that he knows what he's doing.
That's the actual scary thing about track racing. When I'm road racing, when I'm on the road, when I'm even going down Beach Road or going on the hills, I can actually see that little brake movement. You know, the little brake as the calipers start to close. Not so much on the disc brakes, but on the caliper brakes.
You can see
as soon as you start to see it, you start to react as well. You know,
your reaction time. You switch on.
But you can't tell when someone's legs are getting to that stage where they're starting to pull down.
It's like when you're on here, you know, like you just got to have, it's just trust, you know, and hope that the other person knows, like if they're fading, get out of the road because there's another 10 blokes coming.
Yep.
You know, so.
And where do you race track here? You race track Brunswick and Preston?
And Preston and Coburg when it's on.
Yep. You also race crits. Where do you race your crits?
Generally on a Saturday with National Boulevard with the Coburg Cycling Club, and soon to be on a Thursday night VU with Footscray.
Oh right,
yeah,
VU.
VU.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know about that one.
Every Thursday night from October till about March.
Wow. Okay.
So get down there too. It's good. It's a good little course. Closed circuit, no cars.
No cars. Okay, that's a big thing. No cars, because unfortunately Coburg still has the curse of National Boulevard.
With the truck licensing people.
Yeah. Yep.
And the Pillow Factory.
The Pillow Factory. Pillow Factory has sales every 3 months, and you go, oh no, it's again.
Yeah, and Drake Boulevard at 2 on a Sunday when I can get down there when my little bloke's not racing his little track bike, you know. So
tell me about your weekly riding, your out training riding. What's that like now?
I do about 200 a week, plus my rehab session every Friday in the gym, and I'll have to do that probably until I give this away, I suppose. So early mornings, late afternoons. I try to stay away from the afternoon rides like this time of day because of what happened.
Yep.
But I still like to ride to work and from work at least once a week because that's how I get the K's up. And then other than that, it's just up early, get it done, go to work, or come home and sit on the trainer.
Yep.
You know, like the smart trainers and what.
Yep. So definitely a commuter, and that's.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Yeah. At least once a week.
At least once a week.
30k there, 30k home.
Like
my work, I've got to give them they have been. They love the fact that I ride, and they don't care if I'm a little bit late. They rather me get there safely, and my boss sometimes even asks for a message for when I get home, just to know that I'm at home safe, you know.
And this is the same job you were at before the crash.
Yeah, same job. I'll never leave because of the support I had from them, and just the support and the messages I got from the cycling community from people I don't even know, never met in my life. It was. I'll never forget that.
This is an interesting point you brought up, the cycling community. I don't want to talk about the crash too much anymore, but let's talk about the cycling community, the way it pulls together.
Oh,
it's an amazing community, isn't it?
It's like football clubs and netball clubs that if something happens, everyone just bands together, wraps their arms around because we're all one.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if you ride the track, the road, BMX, mountain bikes, whatever. Everyone's the same. You're all on two wheels, and you're out doing the exact same thing.
Let's look at what Matthew rides his bike for. Commutes to and from work, keeps himself in shape, races track, mad bugger, races crits, races road.
Mad for doing crits too sometimes.
Mad for doing crits too. Let's be honest. No doubt. Yeah. But and. You're just out there riding a bike. It doesn't matter what you're riding for. You're just out there riding.
And now I'm starting with the Brunswick Junior Clinic as well because my little boy and girl go. They aren't here today, but he's going on 6 and Montana will be 4. She's just gone 4 and she's starting to race now. You know, and watching all the other kids on a Sunday, I love it. You know, so I'm giving back a little bit.
Excellent.
You know, I can't wait for that to start and just I get down there. Push, to be the handle, I push them off, and I love it, you know. Because one day I won't. The sad fact is, if there is a sad fact, one day I will not be able to do this. The body just won't allow it, you know. And I know that, and I've accepted it. So, but it's not like the be all and end all because there's got to be other things.
Right now, you can actually have a look at what Matthew's riding, and down here at Disc tonight, we're going to go and record the guys warming up and training. I wanted to ask Matthew a question. I wanted to finish the interview off on a good note. Matthew, steering right down the barrel of that camera right there, tell me what's something you would like to say to every person that's out there, whether they ride a bike or not, whether they only drive a car or they don't drive at all. Is there a message you'd like to send out to everyone?
Oh, look, get on a bike, get out and walk your dog, but just get out there and have some fun, because I tell you, one thing I've learnt 2 years ago is that it can be taken from you just like that. And I am lucky to be here with Ed, talking to you fine folk, and it's it's just get out there and have some fun, because life's too short. Believe me, I know.
Well said, and I can't agree with him more than I do right now. You're choking me up a little bit now, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Mate, we're happy to have you here as well, and I'm just so grateful that you have made it through all of this. Amazing person to watch ride. He tries everything, tries his damnedest. Watched him last year at the Super Crit, I think, as well, from memory.
Well, one of the crits there, I was doing like I remember last year, like when I think I got second in B grade, and I tell you what, that was felt like I won the world champs. You know, because it was just, I didn't think I'll ever get there.
Yep, and this is the amazing thing. Cyclists are tough, resilient mentally and resilient physically. Get out there. You've heard them. Get out there, ride a bike. You'll love it, and you'll never look back. Matthew,
and get your kids into it.
And get your kids into it, Matthew. Thank you so much, man. As always, get out there, ride a bike, and stay informed. How was that?
82 gearing, spinning like a demon.
Yeah.
I don't know how fast we're going, but that would have been near on 60.
Looked like a lot of fun, mate.
Cheers, yeah.
Just one of the many, huh?
But the plastic none of it got
No, I remember, mate. Half the nose was, yes, looked like a pretty sight. Getting me some exercise now, doing 250 around the outside of a track. You know, this thing does